I'm Bernie from Crafter's Companion. I have here our border quilting pattern guide in the heart design. If anyone hasn't used quilting pattern guides before, what they do is help you secure all those layers of fabrics on your projects, not just your quilts as well. I've got a fantastic cushion here, look at this, and just look at that heart design there that you can make on there using the same colour thread, different coloured threads. You can just do whatever you like just to secure those layers and to make your projects really pretty. I'm going to show you this quilt as well. So this one, we go. Can you see how you've got all those? And if I show the other side, this is a double-sided quilt as well. So it's showing the effect that you can do with your stitching as a practicality and as a decorative feature. So how do they work? So this is what comes in the packet. So we've got here, so it's an acrylic template if you like, but it's a lot thicker, and what you need is the right tools to be able to do this on your machine. So what you need is a low shank or a high shank foot for your machine. This is what it's going to look like, similar to this. You contact your manufacturer or look in your manual to see which one will fit your machines. Most domestic machines will be a low shank. We actually carry the low and the high shank, so you've got a chance there to get it. So what you're going to do is pop that on your machine. You're also going to make sure that you drop the feed dogs on the machine. So these are the little grips that are under the foot here. If you don't have a drop feed dog facility, you can actually change your stitch length to 0. It's going to do a similar job. Basically, you're going to be moving your project under there, so you don't want the machine fighting against you. Also as well, get your extension table out. I use mine all the time, whatever I'm working on. I like to have that extra space for you to have your hands on here. If you don't have extension for your machine, get some books or some boxes and line them up around the outside. Anything that's going to build it up to make that an even surface. So the next thing you're going to do is your project. So what I've got here is a normal sandwich that you would regularly use for quilting. You're going to have your fabric, you're going to have your wadding in the centre, and then your fabric on the back. And I've got that stuck together with our stick and spray. The next thing is going to decide on your design. So what you can do is use the quilting pattern guide or use rulers to mark your grid lines. If you're actually doing a project like this cushion, you can actually follow the border strip as well. So that's your guide. As you can see on this one, that's what we've done here on the heart. We've stitched along the seam, done the heart, and then stitched back along the seam again. So that gives you that effect to fill the border. Okay, so let's start. So you're going to put your quilting pattern guide on your project. You'll notice that there's like a frosty looking to it, and that's anti-slip technology. That is on both sides of the pattern guide. So what that helps is so it doesn't slip over your fabric. We want it to move with the fabric like this. So it can go either way. There's also crosshairs on here, so you can actually line up. So you can see the crosshairs on there. So you're going to take that to your machine, and what you're going to do is put the foot in the groove section of the guide. And what it'll do is sit in there comfortably. Just ensure you put your foot down. And then what you're going to do is take it gently just to get that secured. And then if you've got a needle down position, use that on the machine. I also like to cut away my thread just so it doesn't get tangled. And then what we're going to do is stitch. So we're going to hold the template like this. Just move it with us. And what you're doing basically is just hugging the side of that guide against the foot. Pause if you need to readjust, and you're just going to follow it all the way around the outside. Now, if you get to a point where you feel a little bit awkward or you feel you're stretching, stop, leave the needle down, and you can actually change the position you're going to stitch in. If the guide moves, you can just line it back up. And remember just to have that hugging against the side of the template. So we're going to go all the way around. And you can go as fast as slow as you like, but remember when you get to that point where you feel that you're stretching, turn your work or turn the guide, realign it back up, and then we can start again. And you're just going to go all the way around until you get to the end. So once you've got to the end, what you can do then is to make a continuous border. Move the template back around, fit that back in there, and then again we can start again. With this one, you're getting actually 2 patterns in one. Just follow it round. Again, I've got to a bit there where I feel I want to move my project. And back to the starting position. And you would carry on going along your project. So if I take that out so we can have a look at that. Snip the thread. And then we can see there we've got the largest heart, but then also we've got this smaller one which is formed by this section here. So what you're going to do then is continue. You could actually rotate it and go around in a square. Whichever way you want to do your design, you can just make it up as you go along if you want to. So that's our border quilting pattern guide, and that's the heart. So it's going to help you secure all those layers of fabric, do any design that you want. We give you ideas on the packaging here, as you can see, but also if we look at this fabulous cushion as well, you're going to make fantastic designs like this to finish all your projects off beautifully.